Hello guys and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about the recent news around TellTale Game Studios, who are responsible for The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, the newest Batman game, and more relevant to this channel and community is they are the company behind the fan favorite Tales from the Borderlands. And the news, unfortunately, is that major layoffs were facing the company. So a lot of the staff was let go, which effectively destroys any hopes of a Tales from the Borderlands Season 2. So with that, let's get right into it. So it was announced at the time of recording this that TellTale has laid off 250 staff members with no severance package and really no backup plans. And usually a severance package is just some extra pay, a few extra months usually, until they can get back on their feet and help them find a new job. TellTale did not offer this. A lot of their workers were even contract, so they don't get unemployment benefits, so it's really not a good situation for these 250 workers. TellTale actually then released a statement about the incident saying, quote, "Today, TellTale Games made the difficult decision to begin a majority studio closure following a year marked by insurmountable challenges. A majority of the company's employees were dismissed earlier this morning, with a small group of 25 employees staying on to fulfill the company's obligations to its board and partners." CEO Pete Howley issued the following statement, quote, "It's been an incredibly difficult year for TellTale as we work to set the company on a new course. Unfortunately, we ran out of time trying to get there. We released some of our best content this year and received a tremendous amount of positive feedback, but ultimately that did not translate to sales. With a heavy heart, we watch our friends leave today to spread our brand of storytelling across the games industry." TellTale will issue further comments regarding its product portfolio in the coming weeks. So with this, people really don't know what's going to come next, what games they have to finish. Some, at the time of recording this, believe that it's going to be the newest season of The Walking Dead, and that the Stranger Things game and Wolf Among Us Season 2 are just both completely cancelled, along with all the other unannounced, like Borderlands Season 2. A lot of that they don't have any follow-up, don't have anything to say. But at this point, at the time of recording, we don't know exacts of what they're thinking and what they're doing. In terms of Tales from the Borderlands, TellTale did reveal last year on a Reddit AMA that they didn't have any current plans to continue the series, but that the characters could live on in the main numbered Borderlands installments. And the full quote was, quote, "While there are currently no plans for us to continue the story on the TellTale side, we do know that our friends at Gearbox and 2K are hard at work on what's next for the Borderlands universe. We know also that it means that if anything happens with Rhys, Fiona, and the gang, the ball is in their court to see whether they will or won't be exploring again in possible future entries into that universe." So while at the time of this comment, this left the door open for the characters, with the recent news from TellTale, it effectively destroys any possibility of any update on these characters from TellTale. So while TellTale will still have the 25-man skeleton team basically to finish any obligated products, this will not include anything Borderlands. If you guys want to see the Reddit post, the original tweet, or anything else, I'll have all the links down below for you guys to check out that. Thumbnail art too. So now just for a little bit of my opinion, I was so late to playing Tales from the Borderlands, and I would argue that a lot of Borderlands fans still are skeptical about the game, because it's not the loot, grind, the first-person shooter aspects that made people like Borderlands. But once I played it, there are so many great callbacks to the series, and it has a lot of world building in it. And it's not meant to have the replayability of a normal Borderlands game. It does have some just because of branching options, but I would say it's definitely worth playing at least once to get the experience of it and to get the story. I also have to mention that if Gearbox wasn't already planning on adding some Tales from the Borderlands references or characters into Borderlands 3, I bet they are for sure considering it now. If they haven't already, I think it might be too late in the development cycle to add them in currently, but we could definitely see them in some sort of DLC or Easter egg. And I hope Gearbox is able to hire a few of the TellTale staff, especially the people who worked on Borderlands, and take them into the Gearbox team, especially maybe the writers or even just character builder, some stuff like that. I think they could mesh really good together, and it really sucks to see all these people lose their jobs. There's one other tweet I wanted to mention just about why this was happening with TellTale, and it actually has a full graph, and it shows the recent sales of the game. You know, it started out pretty slow with Jurassic Park and Back to the Future, and then you see it just got huge. The studio blew up with The Walking Dead. Then after that, they still did pretty decent with Borderlands and Game of Thrones, but you can see that their recent releases, not even close to what they were doing in their prime. The Batman game did not sell well. Minecraft did not do as well as they wanted. So it does make sense as to why, if people are wondering that, just sales for the studio was not there, and they need that to continue working and to support a 250 person staff. I'll link that tweet down below if you guys want to check it out, give it a like, really take a look at the graph. This news really sucks. I know a lot of you guys were hoping for another Tales game, or just more Borderlands games in general, and now it will really never happen. The end, if you guys have played it, you know it was kind of a cliffhanger of what's going to happen next. So I do hope that all the staff are able to find new jobs and get back to working on what they love. And I hope Gearbox is now more willing to pick up the pieces of the game and add it into future installments, and not just lose all the characters and world building that TellTale brought up for them. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, and if Gearbox has to add Tales from the Borderlands characters or references now into Borderlands 3, if you guys would like that, or if Gearbox should just drop it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.